Hi everybody, my name's Ed Cox and I'm Assistant Director of Nursing with NHS England in the South West. I've been in my role now for just over 2 years and I lead on the international recruitment programme for the region, along with 6 other people like me in the other regions across England. This Stay and Thrive programme is so important because whilst we focus on recruitment, which is really important, it's also essential that we look at the retention of those internationally educated colleagues, be those nurses, midwives, AHPs, etc. So we know that international recruitment is a major part of the manifesto promise to have 50,000 extra nurses in the NHS by 2024. And we know in the South West that we've seen in excess of 2,000 nurses join NHS providers just in the last year alone. So the contribution that international recruitment makes to all regions, but particularly the South West, is really clear. And the experience and knowledge that those colleagues bring with them from overseas is also critical. There's a lot of amazing work going on across the regions in England, and I know that there's amazing work going on in the South West to ensure that those colleagues who join us from overseas stay and thrive. And the Stay and Thrive programme is absolutely based on the fact of what does good look like around international retention, who are the positive deviants, which organisations achieve great results with international retention, despite having the access to the same resources as everybody else. So the Stay and Thrive programme is a different approach to improvement. It looks at why do some people succeed? What are the characteristics of those organisations? What can we learn from them? How can we spread and scale this to other organisations across health and care? Through working with the Community of Action, what we've been able to do is create a Stay and Thrive bundle. And there are 4 key pillars to the bundle. And the bundle is very much a resource for everybody to be able to look at and use and take back to their organisations. The 4 key pillars to the bundle are, firstly, creating strong foundations. And we've seen examples from organisations where they've had fantastic welcome information. I've been able to map skills and knowledge of their new internationally educated recruits to the roles that they have within their organisations. Secondly, it's about making new recruits welcome. And again, where we've seen the positive deviants in this regard, they've had a really good individualised approach to welcome information, setting up buddy systems so that those people coming into the country feel really welcomed and really appreciated. Thirdly, it's about building belonging. And we've seen organisations who set up specific shared decision-making councils for internationally educated colleagues. We've seen cultural awareness training being rolled out to really maximise the sense of belonging that somebody feels as they arrive. And finally, it's about maximising personal and professional growth. And we've seen where organisations have really excelled at this. They have focused both on the personal and the professional growth of their internationally educated colleagues. We've seen great examples of specific leadership development programmes for internationally educated colleagues. We've seen career showcasing as well, looking at those from an internationally educated background who are in senior positions and really mapping out how they've progressed their career. So fundamental part of the Stay and Thrive programme has been helping to join up the various resources and programmes that are currently ongoing within the NHS. There are a couple of key ones that I'd just like to make a specific mention to. Firstly is the NMC anti-racism toolkit that was published in November last year. And that makes it really clear around the actions that registrants must take, whether they witness racism and discrimination, or how they should be practicing in their leadership roles and their influence around anti-racism and anti-discriminatory practice. The second resource I'd like to make mention to is the International Retention Toolkit published by NHS employers. And you will see within the toolkit itself that the 4 pillars of the Stay and Thrive bundle are front and centre. Fundamental to the Stay and Thrive programme has been the community of action that we've built, a community of activists who come together initially from 43 organisations across the North Eastern Yorkshire and South West regions, and now much bigger around the other regions in England. The community of action comes together to share great practices, what's worked, what hasn't worked, different approaches to international retention. And what we've been able to do through working with that community of action is to collate those examples of great practice. What we've been able to do is to formulate the 4 pillars of the Stay and Thrive bundle, and you'll find those on the NHS Futures platform if you log in and look for Stay and Thrive. We're also sharing a whole host of those resources and those great practice examples during the Twitter Takeover Week from the 5th to the 9th of June. I'd just like to say a huge thank you to everybody who has contributed to the Twitter Takeover this week, for sharing the practices within your organisations, for replying to tweets, liking tweets, and sharing the work you've been doing via the hashtag. It's been a really fantastic week. So thank you to all of you. I hope it's inspired many to take action within their organisations, to really think about what does good look like for international retention, what could we be doing locally to really strengthen that. Of course, we've got the Futures platform, which has got all of the resources that you will have seen this week shared on there. So please do go and take a look and have a look at that. Continue to use the Stay and Thrive hashtag. I think it's really good that we can continue to share over Twitter as we go forward. And of course, if you want to find out more and be part of our community, please do join the Stay and Thrive Learning and Sharing event on the 29th of June. The link has been shared, so we look forward to seeing as many of you there as possible. Once again, thank you all.